Welcome to Check Your Leader TV. Today we're travelling to Napoleonic Spain for a game of sharp practice. So let's introduce our forces for today's game. The British first. Okay, the British are from the regular British list, from the Peninsular list. Okay, British regulars, and that's what they consist of: a leader, status 3, 3 groups of 8 regulars, muskets; status 2, 2 groups of 8 regulars, muskets; one leader, status 1, one group of 6 light infantry, 6 light company skirmishers with muskets. Okay, and then where both forces are approximately 80 points. So with the British regulars, British line infantry, they have sharp practice, they're aggressive and thin red line. Okay. The skirmishers, they're British light company skirmishers, so they've got their light infantry and they have sharp practice. Okay, the French for today, from the regulars up to 1812, so they have a status 3 leader and a status 1 leader together commanding 2 groups of 8 line infantry. They have another status 2 leader, he's commanding another 2 groups of 8 line infantry. And then they have a status 2 leader commanding 2 groups of voltigeur skirmishers. Okay. The French, because it's before 1812, French line infantry 1809 to 1812, these are the guys we're looking at. They are conscripts and volunteers. Their characteristic is pas de charge. The voltigeur skirmishers, French voltigeurs, 1809 to 1812, these are the guys we're looking at. They are skirmishers. So they're not light infantry as such, they're just classed as skirmishers. So they don't really like getting too close to the enemy. So they don't always get their light infantry bonus. It's only when they're at distance they get that. Okay, so let's look at the forces involved. The British commander is a status 3 leader. His name is Captain Roger Tillies-Borlake. The second British leader is a status 1 leader, Sergeant Major Shut Up. Leader number 3 is a status 2 leader, and it is Ensign Hazard Future. Number 4 is a status 1 leader, it's Sergeant Paddy Potatoes. Leader number 5 is a status 2 leader. It is Lieutenant Richard Blunt, and he is commanding 6 riflemen from the 95th Foot. And the next leader we have is Midshipman Tiberius Shatner. He is a status 2 leader, and he's commanding Royal Navy sailors from HMS Rostbeef. Shut up. Status 3, so the next leader is a status 2 leader. That is Ensign Hazard Future. Okay, Ensign Hazard Future. So that's the British force. Let's have a look now at the French. Okay, so the French are leader 1 is the status 3, and that is Captain Alex Crement. He's supported by Sergeant status 1 leader, Sergeant Pappy, or Papa, depending on which part of France you come from, Papa Patan. Okay. Status, the next leader is Lieutenant Amour Buttocks. Lieutenant Amour Buttocks, he is a status 2, and he's commanding this group of 8 here, these 2 groups of 8. And Alex and Pappy are commanding these 2 groups of 8. The next in line is the number 4, and that is Lieutenant Louis Vison-Clitorix. Okay, Lieutenant Louis Vison-Clitorix, and he's commanding 2 groups of 6 skirmishers. And then we have Lieutenant Constable, and he's commanding a group of gendarmes rated as grenadiers. These guys are the going to be in charge of the security of the town. And finally, the Saxon artillery commander is Cannoneer Corporal Willi Spanker. Okay, Willi Spanker is commanding 5 Saxon gunners, and he's a Cannoneer Corporal, and he's a status 1 leader. We have 1 non-player character, and that would be this young lady, Alotta Shagan. Alotta is a here to help the Frenchmen. She's a cantieri, so she has a wagon of goods, and she's not here at the village of Chappo yet, but she'll be arriving shortly. But that's our only non-player character, Alotta Shagan. Quick correction here, there is one other non-player character. It's just a local village idiot who's just wandering around just to add a bit of flavour. You'll see him in the game. Okay, just looking at the table, we have a little orchard here and a little orchard there, an orchard over there. All the buildings are hard cover. We have a little copse of trees here next to this building. Hedges around a uncultivated field. There's nothing growing there. There's some corn growing here. Then we have 2 slight hills. We have a light rise, small rise over here, and then we have another small rise here. Okay, and then there is a berry patch here. Well, it's all tangled. It's difficult going getting through that because it's wild berries. That's why the Saxon gunners have set their camp up nearby. Okay, so the French were the only ones that will have troops on the table to start with. They'll have this cannon under Willi Spanker. He will be at the gun together with 1 lad on picket duty, and he is basically doing guard duty, just surveying out towards the road. It's a medium gun. The rest of the gunners are just chilling near the tent, preparing their morning meal, getting breakfast ready. The gendarmes will be in the town. They can be placed anywhere in any of these buildings that the French commander wants, and they can be broken up into smaller groups if they want, but their job is local town security. Okay, and they're under the command of Sous-Lieutenant Constable. Okay. The first ones, in the first turn, the French will only be allowed to deploy their skirmishers. They're leading a relief column that's heading towards the town under the command of Alex Crement, and under the command of the commander of the Voltigeurs, they'll be able to arrive on turn 1. Also arriving on turn 1 will be Alotta Shagan. She'll be coming along. She's not attached to the force. It's just a happy coincidence that she's arrived, and she's going to be actually arriving from that road over there, whereas the French will be coming on from that road, this road here. So this is where Alotta will be coming from. The British forces will be all off table, and they will deploy from the road there. Coming to the relief of the town of El Chappo will be Alex Crement and his 2 groups of 8 Fusiliers together with Papa Petan, and then of course the final group will be coming along, and they'll come on a 3. So this group here will deploy on the 1, this group will deploy on the 3. One group of 8 could go ahead under the sergeant if Alex Clement wishes to do that. So that's the scenario. I'll take all the troops off the table and we'll get ready, and then when Rowan gets here, we will commence battle. Okay, so the mission for the British is actually twofold. One, the mission for the British is to spike the gun on the hill. That requires a task roll of 6 on 1d6. So they roll the dice, they get a 2, they roll the dice, they get a 3, they roll the dice, they get a 1. That's 6 all up, they've spiked the gun. Okay, so that's the mission for the British. But Richard Blunt, the commander of the Rifles, he's been told that a lot of Shagan is actually carrying documents, plans for the next French offensive. So a lotta is going to be moving on the non-player character chip, and she has got to move down the road and then link up with the British, namely Richard Blunt. Once he comes into contact with her, he then leads her off the table, and if he can get her off the table, that's good. So spiking the gun, and just that, minor British victory. Getting a lotta off the table, minor British victory. If he can achieve both, major British victory. The French, they get a major victory if they can stop any of those things happening. The French will not be aware that Alotta is a spy. As far as the French are concerned, she is bringing up ammunition and water to the French troops, and if asked or interrogated, that's what she'll tell them. If the French decide to search the wagon, on a task roll of 12, they will discover the documents. So just as with the English spiking the gun, they require, instead of a task roll of 6, they require a task roll of 5 to find the documents, because they're just papers that are in the back of that wagon. So it'll come down to how thorough the search is done to discover if there's anything in the wagon. That said, unless they are very suspicious, there's no reason why they would want to check her wagon out, because after all, she looks like a French cantiere, and just bringing forward supplies and other things for the French garrison. She does appear Spanish in her, she looks like a Spanish girl, but her cover story is that she is from the French side of the Alps. So she might look Spanish, but she's not. She's French, of course. Oui, oui. Forces will get 5 command chips in their decks. So there's 6 characters in each force. The non-player character, there's the Tiffin chip, and then there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flags. So 5 flags each side, 6 characters, and the Tiffin and non-player chips. That's what's going to go in the bags. Before we start, these are the bases that we use for our characters. I've got these from Lasercast, so they're very, very nice. So please check out Lasercast, bigcartel.com. Team at Lasercast produces fantastic gaming aids for sharp practice, Gaslands, Chain of Command, Bolt Action, I believe, a whole bunch of games. Fantastic bases, all manner of gaming materials that you want. So I highly recommend you check it out. These are fantastic because this is you can just write on a non-permanent or permanent marker on this in this scroll here. There's different types. I went for the fancy scroll type one. You can have just a pill and stuff like that. You just write in something as simple as you could write the name of the character in there. You could write the name and the card that he's activated on. Here's Papa, and there he is, and there's his character. He's got operating on chip 2, and he's Papa. I've used a bloody big thick pen here to write that. This Sharpie ain't. And then, or you could just simply write in just a number if you don't want to get too fancy. So I highly recommend these. They're fantastic. They the other thing that I use to track casualties and shock and the like is obviously when I get a casualty, I just remove the figure. But for shock, I just have a little casualty marker, and I put the shock the dice in these little boxes here, and they or frames I should say, and they indicate how much shock the unit's building up. You could use little tokens and put them behind them, something as unobtrusive as small stones, or the universal tokens as displayed by the two fat lardies. I often use them, but today we'll be using this this method for showing shock on units. Okay. Oh, and just a point to note about Tiberius's men, Tiberius Shatner, Midshipman Tiberius Shatner. His men are classed as clan for the first round of combat. They're Royal Navy sailors. There's really nothing in them except in the I think Indian sepoy list. So I've scratched these together just because I wanted to use them in the game because they're interesting and comical and whatnot. They'll be classed as clan in their first round of combat. They're armed with big choppers. Okay, so that's why they get classed as clan in their first round of combat. They're aggressive. They've only got 5 muskets. So when they shoot, they can only fire with 5. The rest of the guys are armed with cutlasses, boarding pikes, and pistols. So that's what makes them so nasty in the first round of combat, because they'll be firing pistols and hacking with cutlasses. But once their pistols are discharged, they're really just brawlers and not effective bayonet fighters. So that's Midshipman Tiberius Shatner's boys, and that's what they bring to the game. I'm going to want to get them into close combat as quickly as I can. So that's them. All right, so we're just about to start. Rowan's turned up. Rowan had 5 extra support points as well, and he's bought a detachment of Polish line infantry. So they're just regular infantry with muskets, and they're very distinctly different from the French because they're Polish. You'll be able to tell from their accent. And that is it. Other than that, we're good to go. And the first chip that's been drawn out is Blue 6, which is Willy Spanker. Okay, what's Willy Spanker going to do?
He uses action points to activate the unit and man the gun.
As I was going to say, hey guys, it's morning. Get up and stand to. So they're going to move towards the gun. So the gunners are going to take post, and they go 4 inches.
So they're still waking up.
Yeah, so they're still walking over to the gun. So the gun during the night is Willy Spanker's been, he's come over to the sentry, and they've done some early morning maintenance on the gun, and now he's called the gunners over to help with the maintenance. The gun's unloaded because you don't leave cannons loaded overnight because the powder gets damp. You can draw them. All right. Rowan can draw the chips because I'm filming.
3.
3. Who is 3? That would be my group of 8 line musketeers, and they'll turn up. So let's get them. Lieutenant Hazard Fortune has come onto the table, and he's bringing 2 groups of 8 British regulars. Okay, so that's him out. Okay, so the next chip. That's a French flag, so that's 1 flag. Ooh, 2 flags. If we get a 3rd one, we'll have a third one. So that's a random event. So let's consult the random. It was a 6 step out, so they get a 3-inch bonus. So they're basically coming down the road, stepping out. Okay, that's them. Next flag. Oh, 1. That's the big man himself. That's Roger Tillias. Roger Tilly Balzac is come along. He's got 3 groups, but only 2 can get on the table at the moment. So that's where they are. Okay, so that's 1. And the next one out, look, is we don't know what the next one out is. We're struggling to understand. Oh, it is the non-player characters. Okay, so she's French. She's coming down this road. So just roll 2d6 and see how far she goes. 7. So she's going 7 inches down the road. Okay, and now they've got the local village idiot with a kid. It's not his kid, it's just some other's kid. I'll get a direction dice, and then we'll see how far he moves. So he's just wandering around the house with somebody's kid on his shoulder for an early morning constitution. Okay, so that's the non-players done. Ooh, Tiffin. All right, I've got 1. You've got 2. We can't use them because everything I've got on the table I've activated. Everything you've got on the table that's been deployed has been activated. Obviously, the gendarmes are having a bit of a sleep in.
As you do.
Okay, so that's it. So all the cards go back in, and we'll. Yeah. So that's turn 1 down. Turn 2. Number 5. Number 5. That is Lieutenant Richard Blunt and his rifles. So we'll get Blunt's come with his 95th rifles, and they're there. Okay, next one out is Tiffin. Okay, and they all go back in. So Richard just got a bonus deployment. Okay, turn 3. Rowan's really shaking them up.
Yeah. Bit of variation.
Yeah. A red flag. Okay, I'll keep that in my little... Red 5. Oh, Richard. Richard. Okay, now he's got... Let's have a look at the range. He might be able in range to have a pot. Okay, so his cards come out. He's going to move, then he's going to take his free bonus move, and then he's going to shoot at the gunners. And he moves 6 inches.
You're all there.
Actually, yeah, we'll go that way.
Follow the tree line.
Yeah.
So he goes to there. And Bud goes next to him.
Yeah. Okay. And now he's going to say, right, lads, what's the range now?
2 feet.
2 feet. Okay, good. He'll shoot.
A bit shy there, but yeah, 2 feet. 2 feet for these 3 lads, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Oh, so we'll say those guys are hitting at 2 foot, and these guys are hitting at
3 foot.
So I'll use different colours, and then we'll shoot. Okay, so he's got. They hit on 5s or 6s depending on which one you're firing, but then they get +1 for first fire. They get +1 for being light infantry, because they're light infantry shooting. So normally the guys that will hit on 6 will hit on 4s, and the other guys will hit on 3s. So the blacks are going to hit on 3s. Yeah, that's going to be hard cover, so for your saves. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Okay, so 5 hits. Killing on 6, shotting on 5s. So it's 1 dead and nothing. Now, because I'm light infantry shooting, I can possibly hit your leader. So don't roll a 1, and Willy Spanker won't die. Willy Spanker has not died. That's Willy. He's got his hat off and he's peering over. So the sentry that was on the gun with him has taken 1 in the head. Poor Franz is bitten the big one.
So Gotten Himmel falls over.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll have to put some smoke on those guys, and it'll take them. They get 2 puffs because it's harder for them to reload.
Have decided to. So 3 should get me to the gun.
Holy crap! Yes, quick, get to the gun. So they're going to run to the gun, and as long as they get there, so Willy Spanker's going, we're being shot at, and they're on the gun. So that's the 6. That was the next one out. So the 6 has been used to great effect. Okay, next card out. 3. Oh, well, of course. That's this chap. Okay, so he's going to use 2 command initiatives, and he's going to go straight down the road. and they go 10 inches. There, right there. Step out, boys. Okay, straight down the road. All right, there we go.
Tootles along.
Okay, next one out. Who's next? 6. Oh, that is none other than Midshipman Tiberius Shatner. Okay, so we'll get him. Midshipman Tiberius Shatner and these men from HMS Roast Beef have deployed 6 inches in. Okay, so the next one out is another red flag. So I've got 2 now. That means I can activate someone that has not yet been activated this turn. Okay. But I'm not going to. Tiffin. Okay. It means I can use one of these flags to activate them. Nothing's on the French side. So again, all the chips are falling my way at this stage. And so we're going to activate Roger and his boys. And they'll move 2d6 straight towards the cannon.
Yeah.
So turn 4, I think. I've lost track. Anyway. And 3. 3 is the sergeant, which no, it's not. It's this chap here. So he's going to break into line, I think, or might actually keep going down straight down the road. I'll come back. So he's gone 4 inches down the road. Okay, next chip. A French flag. Okay, well that's good because at least it allows you to activate the gun, even if the tiffin comes up. A British flag. All right. 6. Okay, that is...
Loading the gun?
Yes. Okay, so he's got 2 actions and he's going to spend both of them loading. So now the cannon is loaded. Merde. Okay.
Oh.
2. Okay, so 2 is the sergeant. No, that's
that's
so he can't activate.
Yeah.
Because he's under the command of number 1.
Okay.
So that's interesting. The sergeant's probably off the table going, come on, let's go. 2, which is my sergeant. And he can't really do anything either. So that's interesting. 5, French 5. Okay, that is your gendarmes.
Both of them?
All of them, yes. There's 8. It's one group of 8. So the gendarmes have been roused. They've gone, those are here firing. So they were in the town square.
Is it 12 or 6?
6 inches. So they can form up as a group 6 inches. And if they can shoot, they can. But they might not want to shoot. It's up to them. You might want to move, then shoot. Oh, no, you can't deploy and move. So you could deploy and fire. If you fire, you'll fire with 8 dice, plus a status 2. You'd fire with 10. If you want to fire at those chaps coming down the road. And you get first fire bonus. Hands back home, we'll go through it. So the gendarmes are deployed. They're presented and fired. So they haven't reloaded. They get 10 dice, hitting on 4s.
5 hits. So
5 hits. Okay, so now I've got to roll for my groups. The white hits are on the group at the front, and then and because they're in open, they'll get killed on a 6, and they shock. I'll check on what they shock, but they're killed on a 6. So one guy dies. Now, because it's volley fire, it can't be the leader, because I can always roll under 1. And I'll just have to check to see how much shock that is, but it could be 4 or at least 2. Okay, so they've fired, they've unloaded, but they're presented and shot, and got 1 dead, 2 shock, and the next chip out is... So I'm not going to use my flags yet. A French flag.
Ooh.
Okay, so she's up to 2 now.
I could fire the cannon potentially.
No, because you've already been activated this phase to reload.
And so with him lads too.
Yeah. So they can't do 2 actions. They can only do 2 actions in a turn. Ooh, 3 flags. So is that 3 in a row?
No.
There wasn't 3 flags in a row? No, it might, because I got a flag, and then you've got 2. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's 3 in a row. So the last group to be activated was your chaps. So we'd have to do a random firing event. Okay, so roll 2d6. 12. Okay, random firing event.
Double lions rampant.
Yeah.
Leader with the target unit you were firing at has been hit.
Oh no.
You took a hit.
Oh, you did get hit.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I've got a test for him.
Status
It was a random
score.
firing event, and actually he's been winged, so he did get hit.
You didn't realise it until after.
Yes, he did. Oh my god, I think I've been hit.
My thumb went missing.
Yes. Okay, so the next one out. So that you've got 3 flags.
What can you do with 3 flags?
Do you want to have a look at that before you
Yeah.
decide? Rowan's going to launch an ambuscade, so he's going to use all 3 flags. He's going to deploy 3d6. He's going to deploy 6 inches from here and then move 3d6 with these chaps here, plus the Polish chaps that have been dragged in to join his motley relief column. So they're going to go 10, 12, so 18 all up from this deployment point. So that's how far they can go. They'll be in march columns because everybody has to come on the table in march column. So on they come. Vive l'Empire!
Let's go 8 or 12 plus 6 is 18.
Yeah, you go that way.
Oh, just same thing, really.
Yeah,
So it puts us there.
yeah. Close enough. And so they're marching on in march column. You want to put the poles at the front, or they've got to be in march column. So 8, 8, 8. Oh, like my chaps basically.
Yes.
So 8 across.
Well, that's only 6.
Yeah. So you got 3 groups. So 8. Yeah. Voila. So you're gonna put the poles at the front.
Always.
All right. So grab these Polish chaps here, and then you put your leader. Well, you just attach him to anywhere you want. So they're coming on. So Captain Alex Crement and Papa Patan have arrived. So that's used up the 3 flags, and we're still going. So
Yeah.
next card out.
So the French have awoken, finally turned
They've
up.
gone, oh, hasten, hasten, I say. Oh, now I have 3 flags.
And is that
And I could
4 flags in a row now?
No,
No.
Yes, you reset. So it's
Excellent.
3 and then
Back to
okay.
1.
So now
Thank
I've
God.
got 3. I won't use it yet. I'm going to push for 4. I'm going to hope I get 4 flags.
Oh, okay.
Because then I can activate a unit that's already been activated. Like it's a double phase type thing. Okay, so now you've got 1 flag.
That's 2 flags now.
That's right. This is a 3rd flag. It will be a movement jobby for them. But it's not. Instead, it's Midshipman Tiberius Shatner. It's him. Damn it! Tiberius is leading the boys, and they're going to thread between those 2 columns of regular infantry, and they're heading straight for the gun. And they go 7 inches. All right. So
There you go. Just
there he goes. Right, lads, let's get at him. And so he's running off. Like so. Okay. So who's next? 1. Okay. That is the big man himself. Okay, so what is he going to... I'm just going to move and then change formation. So one d6 of movement, and then I'll just form a line. So that's what he's going to try and do. Okay, so Teflon. All right, foiled, but I can activate them using one of my flags. And what they'll do is they've got 2 actions, so they'll reload, and then I can move because I get a free movement being light infantry skirmishers. So they will.
And I have a flag.
Yep. They've been activated this turn, so you can only use that to activate a unit that's on the table that hasn't been activated.
None.
So they're on the table, they haven't been activated. Okay, so they're going to go 1 inch that away. That was a great. They were really had a spring in their step, those chaps. All right, so all the stuff goes back in the deck. Okay, and we look down range and we see, there's a French over there. Okay, I'll just take my dice, put them over here. Okay, first card out in turn whatever.
Probably 5 or
Probably
6.
5 or 6 or something like that. Is 2. Okay, so that's your sergeant. Now, he can't really do anything because there's no shock on them. So what he would be doing normally is when the units got shock on them, he'd be removing shock. He's your housekeeping guy. However, you can, at some point, if you want, when the 1 comes out, one of the things your boss can do is go, Sergeant, take 8 of those chaps and go over there so you can create a group and send them off.
You might take the poles for a walk.
You could take those poles for a walk. You speak Polish. It's a red flag. All right, so I'll put that on the hill of flags. It's 3. Okay, so that is your voltigeur. Okay, so they deploy
12.
12 inches from the jump-off point.
And they'll be with Mr. Trois.
And then they're
Monsieur
leader 3, which is, that is Amour Buttocks. Lieutenant Amour Buttocks.
That's right.
Amour Buttocks.
And he does 12 from the
He
road.
jumps off 12 because they're skirmishers.
So they can go out to...
Yeah, so they're going to deploy there. So the voltigeurs, even though they left before the rest of the troops, they've been a little bit slow getting here. What has Amour Buttocks been up to? What have you been doing, Lieutenant Buttocks? Alex, let me tell you. Lieutenant Amour Buttocks has arrived. Okay, who's next out of the bag? Ooh, my sergeant. He's dressing the lines. Good man. Ooh, a flag. That's 2 flags. No, I'll keep them. Ooh, 3 flags.
3 flags in a row.
No, is it? No, it was 2, then flag.
Oh, thank
One
God.
more.
Yes.
But I have got 3 flags. I could deploy an ambuscade,
You could.
but I won't. Okay.
Wait for more. That's 2 in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
3.
3. Okay, now, the last person to move were the voltigeurs.
So
Okay, so it's a movement. So, yeah, we'll just put that. Yeah.
And it's a 5.
5. Leader.
Until they quench their thirst with
Oh,
a suitable liquid. They're
That's a
thirsty.
5. So they're thirsty.
Yes.
Well, they're now classed as thirsty. Fortunately, there is a cart with rum and water coming your way. Okay, so that's another flag for you. So we're up to that's 1. 3. Okay. Hazard Fortune. Fortune has hazard him. He has 1 command initiative. If only I had a medic, and I don't. All right, so what's he going to do? He's got 1 command initiative, and he's going to tell those boys to change formation. So that's what he's going to do. Those chaps have changed formation. That's what they've done. Ooh, that's non-player characters. All right, so I'll dice for the village idiot, see where he goes, and in a random fashion he will wander that way. Okay, that's back that way, 3 inches. So just around the building. So he's just going to go that way.
Yep.
Okay, and then this young lady, she goes 11 inches. Right in front of those chaps. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Next out of the bag. So that's the non-player character done. Oh, it's red, and it's 5. It is my rifleman. Okay. So hitting on 4s.
5 of them.
So 5 hits on Jerry, and so it's a killing on a 6 and shocking on a 5. Ooh, 2 dead. So, 1 or 2, and Willy Spanker, no. So just 2 gunners are down. Okay. But Willy Spanker, because he's keeping his head down, you can tell the veteran, he's like, I'm not sticking my head up. So, but no shock. These gunners are pretty brave chaps. So yeah, so that's 6. Okay, it's Roger the cabin boy. All right, so he's just gonna change formation into a line rather than a column because it makes him less likely to get shot up. Okay. With his inconceivably large chopper. Okay, so that's them down, and I've still got 3 flags. Okay, next. 6. Willy Spanker. Oh.
He's had enough of this shooting.
So we've been getting shot and we've had enough. So he picks a target, which is obviously those chaps. It's not flanking fire because it's not on the flank, so it's just from the front, but he's still a bucket load of dice, and I'm pretty sure it's 12 dice.
Choosing
So
mine.
12 dice at these guys, hitting on 4 plus.
Yep. So you shot Franz and Heinz.
Yeah, so we're going to... So how many hits have we got there?
5.
5 hits. Okay, so I've got 5 hits on these chaps. So I'm going to put 3 on the rifles because they're the primary target, and then 2 on these chaps. Grey hits will go on the rifles, and the white hits will go on these guys from the canister. So I've got 1 shock on these guys, which is 2. 2 shocks on them, and
Full shock. 5 shock.
5 shocks.
6
6 shock over here. So 6 shocks on these guys. Ooh, that hurt. And 2 shocks on them. Okay, so next one out is 4. 4, 4, 4.
Not
4
seen them
is
before.
he's arrived finally. It's the light company skirmishers. Okay, so we'll put Paddy Potatoes has arrived and he's coming through the cornfield. Tiffin. All right. Who I have not activated this? Damn, those 3 flags have just gone to waste. That's a shame.
I have 1 unit which is not activated, which is on the table.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Which is your
Gendarme.
gendarmes. So you can reload and present, or you could reload and just fire, but then they'll be firing uncontrolled.
We'll reload and we'll go back to present.
Okay, so the very disciplined French gendarmes. Okay, we made an error here. French troops cannot fire controlled volleys except for grenadiers, and grenadiers can only do it for their first fire. So, in other words, French infantry are not allowed to present, then fire. They just fire, and when they fire uncontrolled. Okay, so the next one out, 4. Okay, 4 is light infantry in the woods. Well, in the cornfield. So to that end, they're going to move. Well, with 2. They're going to go 3d6, and they're going to go this way through the orchard, and it doesn't bother them because they're skirmishers, and they go 11 inches.
Almost a stick.
So almost a stick. So basically into the orchard here. So. Paddy Potatoes leading the boys. He's going, right, you lads from Staffordshire, follow me. So off goes Paddy Potatoes. A French flag. French 3, which is...
Gendarme.
No, they're 5. The number 3 is the other group of...
Oh no, that's...
No,
3?
no, that's not. He's 4. Okay, so you've grabbed the wrong leader.
No worries.
Okay, because he's 4. 3 is this chap.
It's these lads.
Yes.
French line?
Yep.
All
and
these.
they come on 6 inches down the road. So they're following their comrades. That is... who the hell is 3? That is...
Menage. He's obviously 3.
Yeah.
Monsieur Menage.
Yeah, yes. That is actually Amour Buttocks. This is Louis Visson Clitorix. Okay, another flag. So that's 2 flags in a row so far. 3. Okay, 3 is this poor unfortunate. All right, what's he gonna do? Do I have any flags yet? I don't think I do.
New turn.
Well, I can... okay, so with his 1 command initiative, he's going to tell those lads to... well, a unit's always got 2 actions, so they're going to move and then present. Okay, so they've moved down the road and presented. And they've got a blue flag. Okay, so the French have 3 flags, but everyone's deployed now, so that's cool. Red flag, okay.
Number 2 in a row.
That's 2 in a row. Ooh, 3 in a row. So the last unit to do anything was these chaps. So I'll roll on the movement random event. 5.
All movement with -1 pip until they quench their thirst.
They're thirsty as well. Oh, okay. So they're thirsty as well. Same as the French voltigeurs. Oh, non-player characters. Now, dun dun dun. I move at this phase.
Oh.
Yes. You'll see why in a minute. 7. Okay, so a lot of Shagans suddenly taking a right turn, and this dullard has taken the boy over towards the berry bush. All right.
As you do in the middle of the battle.
Yes, as you do. He's not terribly concerned. He is quite dull. 2. Okay, that's the sergeant. There's no shock needs removing, so he's happy. 6. Reload. And he can fire again. Well, he will. He's like, that's all they're doing.
Yeah, now
Reloading
when do we
and
get the
firing.
flank hit on these lads?
When you're actually behind the flank.
Oh, so that's miles away.
Yeah.
If we can slow that down, some more shock. Still fire canister.
You still can, yeah.
Is there a super close range?
Nah.
So it's just
there's
24.
close and effective.
Yeah, so
And
we're
they're
looking
effective.
at 16, so, you know.
Yeah. Or close, I should say.
We can fire canister again. Yeah, that says lads in the woods.
Yep, so he's going to fire a canister at the 95th foot, 12 dice, hitting on 5s, because there's no first fire bonus this time.
But, yeah. Oh, 3 hits.
All
Or
right.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Sixes.
Wow, that is a pretty horrendous roll. So 2 hits. The rifles will be white, nothing, and
Double
2 points of shock on those guys. So they've now got equal shock to their numbers. So they take 1 more shock, and they're going to start going backwards. So that's they're catching hell over there.
Yeah, and the next one is...
Next card out.
The 4.
4 would be yes, that is Louis Visson Clitorix.
So we can move 3d6, 2d6.
He could move 2d6 and shoot. He could move 1d6, shoot, and then move again. So he's got 2 actions. One of them's shooting, if he wants to shoot. One of them's movement. But he always gets a bonus movement.
So we'll always do the 3. We'll do
And they
3d6.
get a +1 when firing at long range when they shoot, because they prefer to shoot at long range, being skirmishers.
All right. Well, we'll
But 2 inches, I think, is the 2 feet is the maximum.
So the
range.
first action is 2d6.
Yeah, so he's going to move 2d6, and they go 4 inches forward.
-1 for thirst.
Oh yeah, that's right, because they're a bit thirsty.
And then we get a free move.
Yep,
We'll move again.
3 again. And you could go another move if you wanted.
Which we will.
Okay. And we'll do 2. So that's them. They've moved. All right. So that's Lieutenant Louis Visson Clitorix. Okay, next out. Oh, it's another. Oh, you've got 4 French. Okay, so you can do. You can activate a leader that's already been activated. Yeah. So you could reload your cannon. You could go reload. Those Saxon gunners are keen as mustard.
They are efficient, aren't they?
They are efficient, even with, because they obviously the 2 guys that have been put down. Sorry, the 3 guys that they've been put down. They were kind of fond of them. One more guy, and it's going to be harder for them to reload as well.
Well, that's
one more
why
guy
they're
dies.
quickly-
They're like, quick, load. Oh, a flag. So that's my first flag, I think. Oh no,
No,
3. I've got 3 flags.
A long turn so far.
Yeah. 6. Okay, that is Tiberius. So
Alright.
Tiberius Shatner is doing nothing. Oh, I got 4 flags. Okay, that's good. I needed that, because that means I can activate a unit
Rifleman, is it?
or a leader. I can activate a leader. So I can fire here. I could remove 1 point of shock and fire. I could do that. Or I could activate number 1, and I could remove 3 points of shock. And there's a big blowy in here. Welcome to Australia, guys. Okay. I'll activate Roger, and I'll remove 3 points of shock using all those flags. 1. Okay, that is Alex Grement. Okay, Alex Grement. He is a status 3 leader. All units always have 2 actions, but he's got 3 command
So
initiatives.
I'll get him to tell Sergeant Fermier to break the poles off under his command.
Yeah, take the pole somewhere.
Take the poles somewhere useful, and we'll advance this way behind there.
Okay, so where are the poles going to go?
Well, the poles are at the front, so
Yep.
they're going to go this way.
Yep. And the rifle and the other guys are going to just follow along behind them.
Indeed.
Essentially.
So 2d6.
Okay, but they're going to be different groups. Okay, yep, 2d6 of movement is what they get.
Poles go 3. Well, they don't understand French very well.
They're like, what? Follow the cart.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other guys, well, they can only go behind them anyway.
There's the 8 lads.
Yeah.
He's out the
So
front.
he's at the front of them. Follow me, boys.
And
then Alex Crement is going to try and... Okay, so they'd have to go... we'll let them go beside them.
So we'll just
It's a
pivot.
kind of unique French drill.
And then go...
The rule lawyers watching this would go, oh, you can't do that. Yeah, because you have to pivot on the corner. We get that, but we don't give a shit. So Alex Crement has taken these boys and he's told the sergeant to do something else. Yeah, these boys can go back over here now.
There we go.
Okay,
So the
so
French are rapidly forming their line.
okay, so next one out. I really want the 1 or the 2.
We've actually had a reasonable turn this one. No tiffins as yet.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, we've got pretty much everyone doing their business today.
Yeah.
And
there
I
it is.
mentioned the word and
Yeah.
hey, presto.
Well, lucky I did what I had to do, I guess. Okay, so all the cards go back in. Yeah, so yeah. So it's all happening. That was a full turn, almost. Only 1 and 2 here didn't get activated. 6. Ah,
Roast beef.
yes. HMS roast beefs, boys. What are they going to do? Well, they're just a mob. So they're going to go around this way. Clearly, you guys can't get your act together, so they're going to go 2d6.
Pivot and move 6.
6 inches. All right. So it's basically a base width. So they're going.
Let's turn into a column and move 6.
Yeah, because they're in no formation as such. They're just a mob.
So let's go like so.
So yeah, they're going. Let's go this way, guys. We'll knock the drummer boy out of the way. Get out of the way, drummer boy. Okay, so that's these chaps activated. Next. Oh, it's a flag. Next. Oh, it's another flag.
A 2?
2. Okay, it's the sergeant. And he's a status 1, so he's going to remove 1 point of shock. So I'll go down to full. Ooh, Tiffin. That's not a bad thing. Now, I've got 2 flags.
That is guys who've not done
So,
things.
I've got him and him. So they're going to fire and then reload. 15 dice from these guys hitting the gendarmes on 4s.
And the pole.
Okay, let's have a look there.
4, 5, 6, I believe.
6 hits. 1 dead gendarme and a shock.
Mad.
Okay.
Polish.
Yep. 1 dead and a shock. Yeah, I'll fix that. I've got a thing there.
And 1 shock.
And 1 shock on the little lady. Moved up, fired, and reloaded. But he'll still have smoke on him because, hey, that takes longer to load a rifle.
3 hits.
3 hits on Billy Spanker's boys. 6 to kill. Oh, hang on, let me get that out of here. 6 to kill, 5 to shock. 1 dead. Now, is it Spanker? No, it's just another gunner. They're down to just Spanker and 1 other.
And no shock.
Yes. And no shock. These Saxons are just very, very tough hombres.
A lot of British turns.
So the next one out is 3, which is this chap. Okay, so he's going to reload. Present. Okay, so that's the unit.
He's only got 1 action though.
And he's got 1. Yeah, but the unit can always do 2 things.
Yes.
So it's reloaded, presented.
And now if you
here's
big man.
1 action. He's going to take 1 shock off here.
Very good. So activated the unit.
Oh, and 1. Okay.
Sandy.
So he's going to remove. He's going to take 2 points of shock off. No, actually, he's going to take all 3.
Yep.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to take 3 points of shock off.
Removed all that hard work.
All that work. He's he's sorting the men out. Oh, a flag. A British flag. So put that over there. That's very good. Oh, 3rd flag. So the last unit to be activated was the last unit that actually did anything, which was these guys. They didn't move. They did a firing action. They reloaded, and yeah, so they reloaded and presented. 11. What's an 11 on the firing?
Livestock with an 18 of the fire or target.
Yep.
will immediately move 46 inches in a random direction.
Oh, sweet.
So the donkey lost his
So
shoot.
the donkey has gone, sweet mother of crap, these Englishmen are shooting at us. Straight towards the English.
Yeah.
And they go
14. 15.
15.
15.
So the donkey has bolted towards the British, right into their line of fire as well. So she's gone, my mule's gone mad. Next one out. It's 5. So 5 is, if I'm not mistaken, the gendarmes. It is a lieutenant constable. Now, what does he want to do?
shoot,
Does he want to
man.
go, screw it, shoot the donkey in the
Yeah.
ass?
Obviously, it's an English donkey.
Like it's a stupid English pack mule. We don't want it to get the water.
Well, let's see. I don't think we can avoid it. Well, we've got 2 groups of 4.
Yeah, so
So
you can,
one group probably could shoot, and these other lads here.
oh, they can all fire.
Yeah, we'll,
Yeah. So you get all those guys there.
we'll,
so
shoot,
there
we'll
is,
shoot at the Brits and collateral damage being...
yeah.
Well, they're not within 4, actually. Not yet.
No, but they are in the line of fire.
They are.
So it'll be shock, and then any odd
Odds go down. Yeah, that
onto her.
sounds pretty fair to me.
So
I think there's about 7 of us.
yeah, there's 7. There's nothing. There's no shock on you at all.
No.
So it's just 7. Plus he's a status 2, plus another 2.
2, and then he'll use his 2 actions to
So present.
reload.
Also fire and reload.
Fire.
Yep. And
then
reload.
reload.
And so it is controlled fire because they're firing from the present. So let's have a look here. All up. So it'll be white, grey, black. So nothing.
Shocks.
Yeah. Okay, 1 shock on each. So that was nothing happened to the little lady and her mule. The ball of musket balls went whizzing past her into the English. A red flag. Okay, so now I have 2. 3. I have 3. So
in a row.
that's 2 in a row.
Can I go for 3? Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the last act was these guys.
Shooting.
They fired and reloaded, and now
A
5.
They are thirsty.
On a shooting.
Oh no, they're shooting.
Shooting,
Sorry.
yeah, shoot.
Fire. The nearest building within 12 of the firer
Oh.
has caught a light.
Oh my God! An ember ran in with some embers and set the building on fire. So a building's burst into flames. 1. Okay. It is Alex Crement. Capitan Alex Crement. He's going to go 2 movement actions to bring him around.
Will it be 2?
Well, you could use 1, see how far you go, and then if it doesn't work, roll another one.
Yeah, and each one's D6, isn't
Yeah.
it? So, first
1,
second
okay.
one.
7. Okay, so they've gone 7 inches, which will easily get them in line of those chaps. Oh, look at that, spot on.
Yeah.
Perfect movement from these drilled Frenchmen. So they've got to there. Next turn,
Oh, next turn.
you could change formation.
Has he only got? He's got 3 actions though. Is the big.
He has 3 initiatives, but units can only ever do 2 things.
So
It's
he
like
moves
chain of
with
command.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he can. He's gone move. Okay, and he's got 1 command initiative. He's still got 2 command initiatives. So they're in range. So he could remove shock off them.
Yeah.
And
then he can order a unit to do something, couldn't he?
He could order these guys to move instead of waiting for the 4 to come
I
out
think he will. He'll tell the voltage yet. Well.
to come up to their flank.
Yep. So move 2d6.
Yep. Now you can't fire 2 groups deep, so you might want to
Yeah.
fan out. But
So
yeah.
we'll do D. We'll get a free movement to D6.
Yep.
And we get 1 D6 move already.
Yep.
And then we'll see what we can
But
get.
then you might be able to shoot.
Yeah. 7.
So
I'll roll that again.
yeah.
Oh no, it's flat. So
Yeah.
7.
So they're still thirsty though, so they're -1 per dice, isn't it?
Well, it could be per dice.
Yeah.
So that's 5.
5. So they go 5 inches.
Takes that to there.
Yeah. Now, do they want to move
5
again,
takes me to here. Or we could,
or you just shoot with 6 guys?
or fan out and shoot because I want to get me volley sorted.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to waste my first volley.
Yeah.
So we'll fan out.
Yeah. So roll another d6 for the groups behind them to 4
4.
inches easy.
Boom.
Yeah.
So everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
everyone,
out of the way.
Everyone fans out. Okay. Now that hill's going to be a bit of a problem, but
Don't leave
you can always get the first volley with them and send them off.
Or I can just swing my line forward.
Yeah. So many options.
So many options.
Okay. So next one out.
With 2. Sergeant.
2. It's a sergeant. So it's Papa with the poles.
Yeah, well,
Okay, so yeah, just move him out of the way. Put the present marker that's not been used yet. They could fit in there.
2d, well, probably 1d6, maybe 2d6. Okay.
Well, it depends. Roll and see what you get.
Well, they're not thirsty.
3.
Oh.
No, it's not going to get them there. If you want to get them in line. 4. Yeah, they can get a line there.
4 will take him to there, and then you string back behind. So it's 2.
Yeah, because they're just a single group, so they can be in a mob.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, because it's not.
Oh,
If it's just a single group of 8, they're not a formation. So they could. They're literally just a mob.
Like so.
Yeah.
And they move 2, so that's they can't.
That's
shoot.
it. They can't do anything else. They've been too busy marching. Okay,
Got the
next one out of the.
The French line has
Oh,
materialised.
that's a
5.
5. Okay, 5 is
Isn't it your
the rifles. Okay, let's have a look. That's one here. So what are they going to do? They're going to reload and shoot, or reload, move, and shoot. So he'll fire with a grand total of 7 dice back at those guys. So Richard Blunt tells his boys to have a shot. So they basically they moved, they fired, and they'll reload with 1 action. So they're going to tap reload.
Okay, so he's going to take 1 shock off, which he did.
Yeah, which he did.
Use the free movement, which
Yeah,
stuck.
yeah. Oh, no, every unit
Yep.
has 2 actions. All right. The commanders have command initiatives.
There's the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah. But if they're light infantry or skirmishers, they get 2 actions, same as everyone else, but they get a bonus move. Okay, so the bonus move resulted in nothing.
So they're going to reload, shoot, and go back to smoke.
and then
And schmock.
and take 1 smoke off. Take 1 smoke off. No. So they're reloaded, and now they're going to shoot.
So they shot, so they're going to shoot.
And then reload. So there'll be 1 smoke on them.
Correct. And Richard Blunt
is adding 1 dice because he's
One
used
dice
1
and
dice to
a
remove shock.
Yeah. Leading at 4, I believe.
1, 2,
3.
3 hits. Okay, 3 hits on Willy Spanker's boys. Boy, yeah. Nothing. No effect.
Finally, the hardcover took effect.
So the next card out was a blue flag, and that gave Rowan 4. Okay, yeah. Well, you can activate any leader.
He's not actually done anything.
Yeah. So, and if the 6 comes out, like subsequently, he can be activated again. So he could fire, and then if the 6 comes out, he can.
Or if I tiffin it, I could have 4 units that not actually done anything do something.
That's right.
But everyone's actually done something, haven't they? They've all moved,
they've all been activated. He's been activated this turn. So if the 4 comes out, he can't be activated.
That's right.
Again.
So really, that 4 should. He's the only one who's not actually done anything. So I might actually use them and then maybe get another go with them.
You could, or you could activate him.
Yes, and get the Voltigeur to move again.
Yeah. You could tell the Voltigeurs to move. You could get these guys to present and fire, or advance.
I think shooting the cannon because
it's got 12 dice.
It's got 12 dice.
And it's doubling shot.
And it's still in the bag. Potentially.
That's right. So it could fire again.
Yeah.
But he's fired and reloaded, so he's taken 1 off.
Yeah, that's only 1.
Okay, so it was 7 hits all up.
Yep.
So it'll be 4 on them and 3 on them. So again, white
and grey.
And grey.
So 3 grey for the line lads and 4 for the rifle lads.
Okay, so it's 1
and
dead.
1 more do. 7.
Oh, which one on the white? Yeah.
1 on the white, yeah.
Okay, nothing. Okay, so nothing on the rifles at all.
1 shock, 1 dead.
1 shock, and
2
2 shock, and 1 dead. Now, so 1 dead, so I'll just take a guy off.
3.
Yep. And that was it.
And no chance of anyone being knocked over? Bad?
No, because it's got only light infantry fire can cause a leader check on 1.
Well, there we go. So your rifle's got away with it again.
Yeah, they ducked and weaved and.
A 2?
2, which is the sergeant. My sergeant.
Your sergeant?
Yeah.
He's still stuck with him.
And he's going to remove 1 point of shock. So it takes him back down to 2 again.
Oh, a flag. A red 4.
4 is...
Potato.
Paddy potatoes. So he's going to go 2d6 movement, because then he comes to a hedge, and he's going to have to cross that, and that takes one of these dice of movement away. So he'll do the first move, And he goes, how many inches?
5.
5. Does that get him up to the hedge?
Don't know.
Get out of the way, tree. Not quite.
And then the next
So
size.
the next one gets him to the hedge, and the next one gets him 2 inches past it. So they go 2 inches past there. Push for 4 flags. Hopefully I'll get a flag and not a tiffin.
Oh.
Oh, it's the non-player characters.
So,
Okay.
So I control it this turn, or do you control it?
You can. Well, the ass is out of control, so it's random now.
I think it would be.
So she's still trying to control the stupid ass.
There's 2.
Straight towards the hedge.
As you do.
Yeah. Whoosh. She's over there, and old matey. He's wandering away from the fire now. 7 inches. Okay. So that was the random character.
Okay.
One's already come out, has it?
Yeah.
All right.
I think there's only a couple left in the baggie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's red. 6.
All right. It's Tiberius. Okay.
Right.
It's either the tiffin or the... Yeah, I hope I get a flag. Let's see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. The flag! Okay, sweet. That means I'm going to activate...
What's left?
What can I...
Nothing. I haven't
I
got
got another
6.
flag. Yeah, so I'm going to use all 4s. I'm going to activate someone. So Richard's going to tell these boys to fire, and then he's going to leg it. Okay, so he's hitting on 4s. 1, 2, 3 hits again on Vitty Spanker and his fellow gunner. Oh, 2. So Spanker's definitely hit. So one's dead. And Spanker's hit. So what's the effect on Spanker?
A 4.
4. He is lightly wounded. So he's still there. He's got a light wound, but that's a bad thing happens. And then Richard is going to run. And he's going to run towards these chaps here.
6.
6 inches. They shot.
Oh, and then this comes out.
Yeah. Spanker's been hit.
The last man with his gun.
Okay, so it's going to take him 3 command actions so it's 3 to reload now instead of 2 because he's down to 1 man.
And he has 2.
So he can reload. He can remove 1 smoke, but then he's still got. So that's his 1 command initiative. He starts unloading, and so he's still got 2 smoke before he can.
Oh.
Because it's 3 actions to reload it now instead of 2. So he's only got 1 command initiative.
Right, but it had 2 smoke on it, so he can remove 1 smoke.
That's right.
So
that leaves 1, but he's going to have to... But it's going to take 3 to reload it, not 2. So if he takes 1 smoke off, it's not reloaded. He still has to take another 1 off.
Yeah, that's what I mean, so he can't reload.
Not in this phase, no.
Yeah, so he has to take another smoke off next turn.
That's right. Plus he'd have to take another 1 off. Because he's got 3... It takes 3 to reload the gun. He's got 1 command initiative.
He's got 1 command initiative, so he's removed 1
Because he's a
smoke.
status leader 1.
So it's going to take him 5 to shoot. 2, 1 for each smoke, that's 2.
Yeah.
And 3 to load.
Well, that is reloading, taking the smoke off.
Okay. So how many reloads does he have to do?
So-
3.
so-
So it's harder.
Yes,
Yeah, I see what
it's
you're
harder
saying.
to reload.
So actually there would have been 3 smoke there now.
Yeah,
But now there's
but he's
only
taken 1 off with his 1 command initiative, so he's got...
Can he get extra men?
Yes, the Grenadiers can man the guns because they're trained to. So these guys can run over and help man the gun because Grenadiers are trained to work on the guns. The Fusiliers and Voltigeurs are not. However, let's just for exciting, because he's pretty good.
Yeah.
So if Voltigeurs come over and help, or anyone for that matter, Tiffin.
I've got
So
1.
with the sole French flag, 11 for the chaps that were... This is Amor Buttocks. Amor Buttocks has brought his men forward. Hello, we're here to help. Oh, look, there's a house on fire.
And at this point, we'll take a slight intermission. This might be a good time for you to visit the candy bar. Maybe grab yourself some popcorn or a choc top, maybe a soda or something stronger. And we will be back with part 2 very shortly. It's been about 12 months since Rowan's played sharp practice, and it's been about 8 months since I have. We've made a couple of slight errors. We have not yet done our bad things happens tests, and we're aware of that, and that will get fixed up shortly, and it doesn't have an impact on the flow of the game. The main rules error that we're making is that the French are firing controlled volleys. The only French troops that are permitted to do this are the gendarmes, who are being rated as grenadiers. They're allowed to do that for their first volley and their first volley only, and the rest of the French troops are not allowed to fire controlled volleys at all. Consequently, they're firing the fire discipline more akin to the British than to the French. But the game seems to be progressing quite well. If you've got any comments, leave them in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, share. Increased number in subscriptions inspires me to make more videos. So if you like what you're seeing, please let other people know. And we will upload part 2 of this video shortly. But that's all for now. Ubiquay.